toxic masculinity.
Bill and Melinda Gates divorce.
Yeah, that's the big news, everybody. Bill and Melinda Gates have divorced. Now, here's the thing. Normally what I do on this show is we do all the news, and then we take questions and comments from you guys and see what you guys have to say about the day's events. And Valeria will pick out super chats and things like that, and we'll chit chat. But in this case, I actually want you guys to chime in on this story as soon as we're done discussing it, because I have some theories about this, and I want to know if you guys agree, disagree, or what your thoughts are. You know, most people think that Bill Gates is an evil guy, you know,
Yes.
who's like Valeria.
Yes.
I don't necessarily think so. I think Bill Gates is merely a guy that's trying to make a positive impact on the world, and he just doesn't know what he's doing. But I have an even more specific perception of Bill Gates, which is that he is what is commonly referred to amongst trollish teenagers online as a cuck, right? I think that Bill Gates is a kind of beta male who is dominated by his wife, right? I think that his wife is a kind of dominant kind of woman who was maybe like popular in high school, and he was the nerd who just felt like he was lucky to be with her. And so I think probably my guess is that throughout their marriage, Bill Gates has sort of taken a back seat to Melinda Gates. I think Melinda Gates has maybe held the reins, had control over the relationship, had control over Bill Gates, and now I don't know who's made the decision to divorce, but I feel like Bill Gates is now free. I feel like this is probably a good thing for Bill Gates. Let's go ahead and read the story. Bill and Melinda Gates announced they're getting divorced. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, who's worth an estimated $130 billion, and his wife Melinda are getting divorced after 27 years of marriage, the couple announced on Monday in a joint statement, Monday being today. After a great deal of thought and work on our relationship, we have made the decision to end our marriage, a statement from the billionaire philanthropist couple tweeted from both of their personal accounts at 4:30 p.m., so just a couple hours ago. Over the last 27 years, we've raised 3 incredible children and built a foundation that works all over the world to enable people to lead healthy, productive lives. We continue to share in the belief that share a belief in that mission, and we'll continue to work together at the foundation, but we no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in this next phase of our lives. We ask for space and privacy for our families. We begin to navigate this new life. What's funny? Somebody commented?
I shouldn't look at that.
Go on, what is it?
Paper plate says she no longer turns his software into hardware.
I like that. That's quite good. Well, I will say this. These are their kids, apparently. Actually, pretty good looking kids.
Yeah.
That's actually shocking. I'm actually shocked at how good looking their kids are. Anyway, so look, I don't know. I don't know what their story is. This is my guess is that one of them found somebody else. That sounds kind of like a cruel thing to speculate about, but that's my guess.
I don't think she found, because usually in the super crazy rich families, the guy will like get the 21-year-old girl, you know.
Sure, but she's also worth a lot of money, and there are men who will go for very, very rich women as well, you know. Okay, but I don't know. Yeah, but you may be right. It may be Bill. The couple have 3 children: Jennifer, 25, Roy, 21, and Phoebe, 18, who live mostly private lives. Jennifer Gates is the only one with siblings. One of her siblings with a public Instagram account, and made a post about her parents' divorce on Monday afternoon, where she acknowledged the news has been challenging and thanked loved ones for their support. It's always tough on the kids. It's kind of lucky that they're older, but it will probably mess them up a little bit. Certainly, Rory
What do you
and
mean? The
Phoebe
son
will
is
probably be messed up
21
more.
years old.
Yeah.
Another one 25 years old. And the third one
18.
is 18. They're going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 13 or something, I think it really messes
Not
you up
even
psychologically.
13. 13, you're still okay.
No, that's not true. I had a friend who was 13. His parents got divorced, and he completely went crazy.
Well, it depends on how your parents act. If they act like, you know...
His dad was kind of nuts, yeah. Yeah. It's unclear if the Gates have a prenuptial agreement. Bill Gates gets everything, she gets $20. But the New York Times in 1997 wrote that they are reported to have one. Bill Gates, one of the wealthiest men in the world, made his fortune as the co-founder of Microsoft. Blah, 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 blah. 20 years before he married this girl. From what I heard a rumor. I don't know if this is actually true. I heard a rumor that she was kind of like the hot girl in his high school or something like that, and then he ended up marrying her. But I don't think that's right. Actually, I think she worked at Microsoft, and he met her there or something like that. Let's see here. He continued to accumulate a great deal of wealth while married to Melinda Gates, and the split could shape up to be one of the biggest divorces of all time. When Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott announced their divorce in 2019, the novelist became the richest woman in the world when she gained $38 billion from the split. About a quarter of the couple's reported $137 billion net worth at the time. Bill and Melinda Gates started dating in 1987 after meeting at a trade show in New York. Okay, yeah, so the high school thing is totally wrong. What did I hear? Why did I hear that? It's funny how rumors come and go, you know? So they met at a trade show. Let's see here. In New York before getting married New Year's Day, 1994 in Hawaii, TMZ reported. Well, Hawaii is a nice place to get married. Let's see here. So they met in 1987 in New York at a trade show. So she must have just been somebody who was working to some degree in the field, or maybe she was one of those models that you get to show off new equipment. I don't know if they did that in the 80s. Melinda Gates briefly worked for the company in their marketing department. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew she worked at Microsoft for some time. Before she was appointed as the general manager for information products in the early 1990s, TMZ reported. She left the company in 1996 so she could focus on starting a family. In 2000, the couple started the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, have since donated $50 billion to charity. Blah, 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 blah. There are no changes to the roles or the organization, they said. They will continue to work together to shape and approve funding strategies, advocate for the foundation's issues, and set the organization's overall direction, the statement read. Oh, that's kind of interesting. They're going to have to work together, despite the fact that they're divorcing. That's not a good combination. But anyway, I'm curious as to what you guys think about this. If you guys think that I'm right, that Melinda Gates was a sort of domineering wife, and if Bill Gates is now sort of more free. A lot of people really hate Bill Gates. I mean, he's got some kind of crazy plan to block out the sun, like in Highlander 2 or The Matrix, as I mentioned earlier. So, what do we think? Do you guys have any questions or comments? Darling, is there anything that people want to talk about this?
You want to read all the comments?
Well, I'm just curious if anybody has anything to say about this. I'm curious if anybody has any perceptions about their life or their relationship, or nobody seems to be commenting about that. Do you see anything?
What's the? I just want to see how old they are.
I think they're pretty old.
Well, Melinda is 56.
Dick Severn says things were a little too micro and a little too soft. It was all right there the whole time.
And he's 65, so that's not a big age difference, I don't know.
Yeah, Paper Plate says the fact that she's still working with him kind of shows his beta-ness. Melinda Gates now dating Henry Cavill. Yeah, I don't think so. Frank James says, newly single billionaire on the market, ladies. Time for a sex change. That's pretty funny. Shamit Bikram Shah says their foundation is going to fail. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, they got so much money. Jesus is God says, I have a family that got divorced after 27 years. It's the empty nest syndrome. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. So one of their kids is 18, right? So he's probably just gone off, or she's probably just gone off to college. Mm-hmm. So it's probably something that they planned to do for a while, but they made the decision to like not divorce until the last kid was out of the house. I think probably that's probably what happened. But Jesus is God is suspecting that once the kid left the house, then they were just together by themselves, and they realized they didn't really like each other, or you know, they were depressed because the kids were gone. And what's funny?
Just like I don't understand those people. Like they have everything.
Yeah.
Like they have a goal. They have this like company, charity, and just because your last kid turned 18, he's not even 21. Let's start there.
Yeah.
So he still can drink alcohol though. But and you're like, oh, we realized something like he's 65 and 50, so we're getting divorced.
Yeah.
I don't understand them.
Yeah. Well, this is breaking news, and I thought people would care a little bit more about this subject, but all I'm getting is puns. So, a Fitzhaber situation, says Charles Gibbons, but I don't know what a Fitzhaber situation is. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. I have to look that up. All right, nobody cares. So, because nobody cares, Valeria, would you like to read the next headline?
Yeah. Critics slam new woke CIA recruitment video.
Okay, yeah. So this is a much a story you guys will like. Forget Bill and Melinda Gates. Nobody cares about them. But this is infuriating. This is one of the most obnoxious things I've ever seen in my life. This is a CIA recruitment video, and it's all about woke SJW garbage. It's like, well, no wonder the intelligence agencies are trying to screw over Donald Trump and help out Biden and going after the January 6th protesters and, all this kind of crap. It's because they're all a bunch of woke a-holes. So check this video. This is crazy.
I'm a mom. I'm a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like I'm supposed to apologize for the space I occupy rather than intoxicate people with my effort, my brilliance. I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I am a walking declaration, a woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences. I am unapologetically me. I want you to be unapologetically you.
All right, that's not actually the original video. That's some kind of Newsweek. Toxic Masculinity. Weekdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.